When you first start playing tennis, one of the most important things is just getting a really good feel for the ball. What it feels like at impact, feel your strings give a bit, feel the weight of the ball, how you lift it, and how little tiny movements really affect what happens to this ball. So one thing about tennis that people don't realize is this ball is light. It's full of air, and it wants to be in the air. I mean, it's just eager for any amount of energy to just go somewhere, to start moving. So as tennis players, one of our biggest goals is to really limit the amount of movement in the racket. I mean, if you move the racket too much, the ball is going to go sailing. So we'd rather have control. So it's more so how slow do we have to swing the racket to get it to that spot that you're aiming for. So notice how the racket's really never moving. It's kind of stationary in the same spot. But if you look down at our pro's feet, his feet are constantly moving left and right, back and forth. He's always trying to adjust to make sure that he's making contact in the exact same spot. If you look at the racket face too, you'll notice that it's always facing upward towards the sky. So the strings are just going to touch this ball and give it a little bit more momentum. Whichever the direction the majority of that momentum is going is where the ball is going to go. So that's a really important concept that a lot of new players don't really take the time to think about. Now, there are different techniques that we'll learn and develop as to how to do this the most efficiently with the most speed. And we can tell you all that later. But for right now, our number one concern is to really just control this ball and also learn how to position our feet to where we can hit the ball in the exact same spot every time. So look, we're going to hold the racket like this. You kind of grab it on the edge and work your way down. Look at this little 90-degree angle. It's like a box that we're making. We want to try to maintain that box or keep that square the whole time, every touch. So every time you make contact with the ball, it's in front of your body. And it's, really whatever height you like, but ideally we'd like to maybe catch it about waist high. If you feel like you're hitting the ball too hard, you probably want to take your racket and get as close as you can to that ball before making contact. So the less you move your racket, the less momentum you're actually giving to the ball. So it's a lot easier to kind of maintain under your control.